Okay, so again, you need to have your base mesh ready for this. Doing it, we need to tackle one thing at a time because there's a lot of things going on. The sleeve, the amulet, the seam line, buttons, this and that. So we start off with the easy one, which is again where the seam line is going to be. Okay, holding on to shift right click, bevel. Okay, this will be our seam line. Okay, then next one, let's take a look. Which one shall we do? Okay, the thickness of the sleeve. Again, same thing here. Selecting the edge loop, extrude it, scale it down for the thickness, extrude again and push it in. Going to the front view, try to match the previous edge loop. Yeah, I can use the snap key to help me snap it to the edge loop there. Okay, if you are unhappy with the thickness, you can select the edges, the border, bevel it. Okay, the other way is you can just add in another edge loop. Okay, this should help. Okay, moving on, we are going to do the collar. The collar, what we're going to do is going to duplicate out this mesh. Okay, then hide first. I will use this mesh later. I'm going to select the outer rim for the collar. I'm going to extrude it out. And then from here, I'm going to pull out and shape out the collar. So this will be the underneath, the underside of that sleeve. You try to avoid issue like this, clipping. So always try to have a bit of gap over the polygon below it. The polygon of the faces below it. Don't worry about the color now, because this is actually the underside of it. We'll be extruding out the top side later on. Okay, so once your shape is there, okay, we have another flap coming out. Okay, so I'm going to extrude again. Okay, just do some simple modeling. Here we're going to cut it out. So let me see. Okay, I'm going to add one more segment. Oh wait, I'm going to use this segment. Okay, I think I need to add one more segment. Okay, connect it. Then I'm going to detach component. So now this edge is open up. Okay, next. Okay, selecting the edge that we just extruded. Okay, I'm going to extrude again. Pull it out. Scale it out a bit. This is to form the thickness. And then extrude. Scale it inwards. Push it out. Okay, this is to form the top surface of your uniform. Okay, it seems like not that easy because certain areas are overlapping already. So you got to be very careful not to confuse yourself. Okay, if you are confused, the other method that I can share with you is you can duplicate out the face. So instead of extruding out, I'm going to use these faces here. Okay, I'm going to shift right click, duplicate face. Okay, this is the face that we duplicated. I'm going to invert the display, push it up, select both objects. Try to match the model together. Okay, now what you can see is that I'm trying to make use of the duplicate face and create that as the top surface of it, of the collar. So this way we don't need to extrude out the edges and move the polygon again, very troublesome. So just use the duplicate face to help you with that. Okay, now go to the object mode, select the two objects. Okay, combine them together. Okay, and then now we need to merge the vertices. So this is a bit more troublesome. Okay, you can use your target well, or you can simply just go into merge vertices again to center. Select the two vertices, press G. G is a shortcut key to repeat the last two that you have used. Just need to make sure that you are selecting two vertices at a time. So compare the uniform to the t-shirt. Of course, the uniform take a bit longer to do and harder. Okay, so we are almost done. Okay, so this edge loop here, I'm going to remove it and recut the edge again. Multi-cut. Just move it. Okay, then I'm going to select the outer rim, extrude one last time, push it in, okay, to form the thickness on the inside. Okay, I can choose to bridge this over as well, from here to here. Excuse me. Okay, so almost done already. See if I can improve on the look of it. Okay, I'll just leave it for now. So this is going to be half of the model. The other half of it later I will do. I want to work on the pocket first. If I were to duplicate the model now, actually it looks wrong. So this can be easily fixed later on, but later then I'll show you all. So now let's move on to the pocket. The pocket, there's a few ways you can do it. One way is you select the faces here and then you extrude out, creating the pocket. But this will result in a way that the pocket is part of the shirt. So what I will be doing is making use of duplicate special. Sorry, duplicate faces, not duplicate special. Okay, push out the mesh that we just duplicated. Okay, I'm going to apply a new material so that it's easier to see it while modeling. Okay, so I'm going to use this new polygon and create my pocket. Going to my front view, very quickly I want to position or block out where the pocket is going to be. Okay, constraint to edge. The top part, I think I might not really need it. I can delete that away. Scale it. Push it up. Okay, then I'm going to add a bit more segment to it. Okay, and there's a reason why I want to do that. Okay, so the pocket is slightly higher, so I'm going to move it up. Okay, go into face mode, push out the mesh a bit. Okay, the polygon does not need to be touching the mesh. It can be slightly above it, leave some space, because after we add the thickness in, it will fix the problem already. Okay, do some very simple modeling. Okay, so the reason why I add the segment here is because the pocket here is curved. So if I were to smooth it, actually you won't see much. Or even if I were to add the thickness now, you won't have I mean you have the curve, but maybe not as curvy as the picture show. So what I need to do is select the 3 vertices at the corner, hold the shift, right click, merge the vertices, then it will become a curve model already. So I can also do the same for the other side. Okay, repeat the step. Okay, scale it up to form the curve. Okay, if it's too curvy for you, what we can do is to add one more segment just above it. This will control how curvy you want it. Okay, also check that the size is not out of shape. So maybe you can straighten up the edges by the side. Okay, and then lastly, I'm just going to select the border, extrude it in to form the thickness for the pocket. Okay, you can continue to push the model in if the thickness is too thick and stuff like that. Okay, play around with the vertices and stuff. So for the flap, it's actually the same concept. I'm just going to select all the 4 faces here, shift right click, duplicate face, push the model out, reassign the material so it's easier to see. Extrude, push it in, smooth it to see the model clearly. Okay, there's a bit of curve here, so I'm going to select the 2 vertices and curve it up, push it up. Lastly, select all the border, extrude, push it in. Okay, beveling the edges will help to add in the hardness. Okay, or we can actually add another edge loop here. Okay, to create the sharpness there as well. Same idea for the buttons, for the cloth here, the flap. Okay, actually we can add one more detail if you want to. You know, for the seam line here, same concept. Use the bevel, add one more segment, and pull out the edge. Okay, next one, amulet at the top. It's actually the same idea as the pocket. Okay, we select the faces, shift right click, duplicate face. Okay, straighten the edges, and then using the edge slide, constraint to edge slide, I bring the model, I scale it down. Okay, and select the faces, push out, push it up. Select the edges now and create the thickness by extruding out the thickness. Okay, and we are done with the amulet. Next one is the button. Button can be easily done by using a spear, okay, or a cylinder. I'm going to use a spear. Reduce the spear to just maybe 6 sides. Okay, delete the faces at the bottom. scale it down to the size of a button. Rotate 90 degree. Okay, and then position the buttons where it should be. Okay, you can duplicate to form the buttons. Okay, now for the other side of the clothes, what we can do is we are going to duplicate special, but we are not going to use instant. Okay, we're not going to turn on instance, we're just going to duplicate special. And what we're going to do here is at the back of the vertices here, we're going to combine the two models. Okay, go into vertex mode. All the vertices at the back, in the middle, we are going to merge it. Then for the front, okay, what we're going to do is, oh wait, select wrongly. Okay, select too many edges already. Okay, because the front we have not merged the vertices together, I'm able to actually pull this out. Okay, I'm going to push this in underneath the left side of the shirt. Okay, I can actually pull this. Okay, the shirt in front and overlap to the other side. Okay, using the soft selection mode. Okay, under the tool settings, you can actually play around with the fall mode. I think by default it was in volume, so when you move, the areas around it will be affected. But if you change this fall mode to surface, it will only affect that current selection, the current area. So I'm going to push it and overlap it, bring it down lower so it will match the reference picture. Okay, and then lastly is actually to create the thickness again. So selecting that surface, okay, we can extrude it and push it inwards. Okay, this will create the thickness. At the same time, maybe I can fix the model here.
we stop there, we stop there right now.
Okay, a little bit confusing over there. Can't really see what the vertices are. But excuse me. Okay. Okay, save the file. Okay, now to go to unwrapping. Again, unwrapping isn't going to be too tough for this, but slightly more work to do compared to the t-shirt. Okay, I'm going to start off with the easy one, which is the pocket. Just select all the faces, planner map, UV mode, unfold it. This is done. Okay, move it around one side. The flap, same thing, select all the faces, planner map, UV mode, unfold it, move it one side. The buttons, okay, the buttons can be using the instance. So if you're not using instance, then all of them will be, you have to unfold all of them individually, or we can just delete and duplicate them again. Okay, now for the cloth itself. Okay, select all the faces, shift right click, planner map. I'm going to detach the arm. Shift right click, cut UV, go into shell mode. Okay, move it out first. So this time around, instead of doing the sleeve first, I'm going to tackle the main body. Let's see what happens when I select all the UV and unfold. What kind of answer do we have here? Not so bad, except for this area. Let's take a look at the 3D model. Which area is it? Okay, so looking at the 3D model, I can see some faces that are not supposed to be there. I might have accidentally extruded the edges while doing the thickness. So I'm going to delete those faces there and unfold again. Looks alright. Next is to select the seam line. Cut the UV for the sleeve. Select the sleeve and unfold it. Okay, and we are done. The rest is about laying out the UV. Okay, save the work. Oh, there's one more. What's this? Oh, amulet. Forgot about the amulet. So select the faces. Planar map. Unfold. Okay, done.